So congratulations, Dor Grubiner, CEO of Hotelmize, for winning the prize today at Phocuswright Europe 2020. So congratulations, and thanks for joining us on this interview as well. Now, last November, as I've introduced you before on previous interviews that we've done, we named you, for better or worse, one of our Hot 25 travel startups to watch. Now, maybe that was perhaps not the year for people to be looking at companies in 2020 as startups to watch, because I don't sense at all that it's been a particularly easy year for any travel startup. So I just thought it'd be a useful exercise really for our readers, because we all know so much about Hotelmize because we've spoken to you in the past about things, but really, Dor, to kind of get a sense of how you as a CEO have kind of navigated the company and its strategy over the last 6 months, because, you know, I think if you were to say easily, nobody would believe you. So I'm quite interested in what kind of process you've had to go through as the leader of this company.
Yeah. So, well, I'll be very honest about it. When it all started, no one actually believed that it will be such a big crisis on the industry. Personally, I believe it will be a month of 1, 2, 3 months. It's going to be slow and so on. Over time, realized that unfortunately the thing is here to stay, right? We started to prep ourselves, and it came in a unique time because we were actually about to close a funding round when this all started, right? Part of our strategy was to actually enter the Asia market, which is booming on every criteria, right? Growth numbers are phenomenal over there. So, and we were about to raise our B round. We went to Asia with a clear strategy to get a good investor that will give us the credibility to enter the market and so on. Now, imagine how it feels to discuss the terms of your investment while this crisis actually started in Asia, and that your investors are Asian. We're super stressed about it. We didn't know exactly what's going to happen, if we're going to be successful. Luckily for us, the guys we talked to, or the fund that we talked to, which is basically a fund of Alibaba, they were very bullish about the investment regardless to what they saw that was happening in China at that time, and before it actually even reached Europe, right? Nobody knows if it's going to leak to the whole world or it's going to stay there. But even when they looked inside and it's a number, they still remain super bullish around it. Now, I think that we were, one, lucky to have it, because funding basically gave us the comfort to keep all of our employees in the company and to continue to grow our business as usual. But we are a company who help travel companies increase their profitability. And in times of crisis, we are the first type of solutions that people are actually looking for of the industry, right? If I would now be a new OTA or a new travel app, I will be much better worse off. Why? Because either I get traffic or I don't get traffic. Now, when we are providing a profit optimization solution, it's not only about the booking flow that we are managing now, it's about the client base that we are now gathering that will use us to scale up when the market ramp up. Now, as a startup, it's a big responsibility, because you are basically, you raise it as equity, but you owe the money to people who have trusted you and to invest you. Yes, it's a great responsibility. So we sat down together with our investors, and they told us, listen, we send reports, we look at your balance sheet, we look at your bank account, you have years to survive. Don't worry, but do prepare to make the most out of this crisis. You know, there's a sentence that say that when there's blood on the street, there are opportunities as well. So although I cannot tell you that that only benefits with us, right? On the revenue line, we took a hit like everybody, but with regards to the client base, we grew dramatically.
It's an interesting point in that, you know, during these kind of times, you would assume that new business might be quite difficult, even though, as you say, Dor, that your very being as a product is to help people save money, but it is a tool that requires some kind of investment to work with you. So then this is a period where perhaps customers are looking at all their costs and thinking, well, let's just put on hold working with yet another vendor until we've just even started operations again. So I think it's just an interesting scenario that you have been able to kind of grow the customer base in spite of all of that.
Yes, it is a challenge, especially for the smaller companies, I can say, because they really had to lay off some of their tech teams.
Yep.
But the integration effort that is put in integrating Hotelmize, it's not a plug and play. I wish it was, but it doesn't require more than one person to serve the integration needs on a 3 to 4 weeks back and forth. It's not a 24 hours, 10 developers needs to integrate it. The majority of the integration actually is done on our side, 95% of it. Some platforms are more ready, some are less ready.
Yeah.
But I see travel companies, they're really, you know, all the travel companies are doing now is trying to be more efficient. Every part of their business, they're optimizing it. Whether it's laying off people that were either not necessary to the business maybe, or improving the technology to reduce cost, or finding new ways to better manage their credit, or finding new ways to make money. So we got into one of those squares.
Yeah. It's interesting. So, and I suppose last of all, Dor, I mean, as a leader of a business, I mean, how have you managed to, maybe the morale of your staff has been absolutely excellent, but how have you managed to maintain the morale of staff during a period that can probably scare people about their own future, the future of the company, the health of their families, and all those various things?
Well, we did our best to be super transparent with our clients. We told them about the raise. We told them how much money we have in the company. We told them the run rate with 0 revenues. It pretty much, they relaxed because they even with zero revenues, they have a job for a few years now, if everything maintains like that. But in general, I believe that as a startup, because there's many ups and downs along the road.
Yeah.
If you're transparent with employees, you cannot hide the reality. But if you're transparent with them, you give them the confidence that you are there for them. And when they see this ramp up, because for every new client we are talking to them about in the open space of the company, everybody knows about them. So the atmosphere is difficult because we all see the news all the time and we all look at the system numbers. Yeah. And positive because we believe that when that will be over, we have a very bright future ahead. So I can tell you that the most common sentence we say in our office, and everybody say it 10 times a day, let this be over with already.
Okay. That's great. So again, thank you very much for joining us, and for congratulations on the award that you won earlier on this afternoon. And we'll see you at a Phocuswright conference maybe again soon, and best of luck for the next couple of months.
Thank you so much. All the best. Good seeing you.
Yeah, you too.